All right, being mindful of time, I'm going to get started. Everything that I'm saying, I will also throw into the chat for you as well. Welcome to the Virtual College Road Trip. So happy to have you here with our 6 panelists, experts. If you have any questions for our panelists at any time, of course, the earlier the better so they can answer you, but anytime throughout this 45-minute session, please use that Q&A button that's either at the top or bottom of your screen. Our panelists cannot see or hear you, so the only way you can ask a question right now is through that Q&A. So please utilize that. There is another session after this one. You can sign up the same place that you signed up for this, and a recording will be available, and I'll put that exact link into the chat as well. And again, everything I'm saying now, I'm going to throw in if you're just catching the tail end of it. But please make sure you use that Q&A that's either at the top or bottom of your screen to ask a question to any of our panelists at any time throughout this session. With this, to get things started, we are going to have University of Richmond.
All right, thanks, Christy. Welcome, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us for a short while. My name is Tom Nicholas. I am Senior Associate Director of Admission at the University of Richmond, and I'm also an alumnus of the university, so I have a strong personal tie to U of R as well. If you're not familiar, Richmond is a relatively small liberal arts university. We're located just on the edge of the city of Richmond, Virginia, so a suburban campus. And when I say relatively small, I mean that we've got about 3,200 undergraduate students. Those students come to us from all over the United States and all over the world. Virginia is the most represented state on our campus with about 15% of our student body, but 85% of our students are coming from out of state. And so they're coming from all over the US and all over the world. About 12% of our students are from outside the United States. Richmond is at its core a liberal arts college, so the academic experience that you're going to find at U of R is very much akin to what you would find at a very small college. The average class size is 16 students. The student to faculty ratio sits at about 8-to-1, and 99% of courses have fewer than 30 students. The largest courses on campus are capped at 40, so it's very much a small classroom kind of a feel from your first year and your introductory courses onward. That said, Richmond is a little bit bigger than the typical school that offers that kind of academic environment. And so in many ways, we tend to appeal more to students who are looking at mid-sized universities. I think our breadth of academic programs helps there. In addition to our liberal arts core, we have a very well-respected and very competitive School of Business at the university, along with a very unique school, our Jepson School of Leadership Studies, which brings together some of the top experts in the country who study leadership and how leadership works, and we offer a major and a minor in the study of leadership, which is quite interesting. Our location is certainly really beneficial to our students, being in a capital city that is 90 miles from the nation's capital. We have, we're in a metro of about 1.2 million people with 7 Fortune 500 company headquarters, one of the nation's 12 Federal Reserve banks, and obviously state government and federal government there as well. So a lot of opportunities for our students. One of the most unique things that we do as an institution is what we call our Richmond Guarantee. This is a program that essentially guarantees summer funding to every student at the university. So our students are landing all sorts of amazing internships and research opportunities on campus in Richmond, in DC, in New York, and around the globe every year. But we don't just help students secure those opportunities, we fund those opportunities as well. Every student gets up to $4,000 from the university for at least one summer research opportunity. I think another of the ways that we feel like a larger university is the breadth of our resources, which you see in that guarantee, that guaranteed internship funding, research funding program. But you see that in our strong study abroad programs as well. More than 2/3 of our students studying outside the United States. A little bit lower this past year, obviously, with the pandemic. But moving forward, we're looking forward to sort of returning to that in the years ahead. Beyond that, I think another contributor to the university feeling a little bit more like a mid-sized school is the fact that we are Division I in our athletics. And so, in terms of student life, there's a strong sense of school spirit there. If you are not familiar with the University of Richmond, our mascot is the spider. And I think that's a really appropriate mascot because much like the Black Widow, we can deal out a great deal of damage to creatures much larger than ourselves. We're one of the smallest D1 schools in the country, but really proud to be competitive in that arena. In terms of our student body, you'll find, again, students coming from all over the United States. You'll find that around 28% of our students are US students of color, about 16% of our students are first-generation college students, and 18% of our students are Pell eligible. So there's some really robust socioeconomic diversity within the student body as well. A lot of that stems from our commitment to meeting 100% of demonstrated need for every student, and the fact that we are need blind fully in our admission process for US citizens and permanent residents. So we admit students without any knowledge of their financial situation, and then after admitting our whole class in that fashion, we guarantee that we'll meet 100% of need for all of those students. We do offer a variety of merit scholarships as well, mostly in the form of 1/3 tuition presidential scholarships, and about 25 full rides we offer each year through our Richmond Scholars program. In terms of applying to the university, we are on both the common application and the coalition application, so you can apply via either of those. We do have a supplemental essay question, actually a choice of about 3 that you'll have when you apply to the university. And our admission process is holistic and selective. This year we received about 14,000 applications. We were able to admit around 29% of those students to eventually get down to our first year class of about 815 is typically how many we are looking at. But if I had to highlight what's unique, I would say certainly that mascot, the spider, certainly that Richmond guarantee, guaranteed funding for an internship or summer research opportunity. And I would highlight again that sort of blend of small school feel in some ways, especially academically and in terms of sort of the close-knit student body, but paired with the feel in many ways of more like more of a mid-sized school in terms of the academic breadth and the various opportunities and resources that are available to our students. Thanks so much, and feel free to post in the Q&A as you have questions.
All right, thank you. Next up, we have Columbia College.
Hey everyone, I'm Brittany from Columbia College here in South Carolina. So we are, we're located right in the middle of the state of South Carolina. We're pretty centrally located, about 2 hours to the beach, 2 hours to the mountains. So we have everything right here. We are a small private college that competes in the NAIA division of athletics, but we also have University of South Carolina right in our back door. So we get to enjoy things like March Madness when they're here, Division I football games, all those kind of fun things. If you are if that is your thing. If not, we have a thriving arts center downtown as well. 30% of our grads get advanced degrees. Our student faculty ratio is 1-to-1. We're actually 166 years old. We are formerly a women's college. We are now completely co-ed, and 100% of our classes are taught by faculty. We don't have teaching assistants or grad assistants. We have 5 divisions. Within those, we have multiple majors, and then we are growing by the day as far as what those majors are. So we have something for everyone. Straight to how to apply. You can apply through our website directly, or we are on the Common App. All you have to do is submit our application, which is free, no essay required. We are SAT, ACT optional. We have been SAT, ACT optional. The only program that is not is our nursing program, and there's some pretty specific minimums required for that. If you are one of those nursing students and would like those, my detailed information is in the chat, so you can feel free to reach out. We are rolling admissions, so it's still not too late to apply for fall 2021 if you are ready to go. Let's see. So we have 10 women's sports. We have 4 men's sports. We are launching our men's teams here in the fall of 2021, and we're super excited with more to go. So if you have an interest in any of these sports, you can actually go to gokoalas.com, input your information there, and I promise that our coaches will get back to you. If not, email me. I also serve as the athletic liaison and work with all of our incoming athletic recruits. So feel free to reach out to me as well, and I will put you directly in contact with them. We are proud to be 7 years in a row the champions of character for NAIA, which means we're not just competing, but we're competing at high quality and doing so with great sportsmanship. We have 50 plus campus organizations and growing. We have an all-you-can-eat dining hall. The food is pretty great. We actually eat there as admissions counselors all the time. We only offer suite-style dorm rooms. We have no community bathrooms at all. Where we have accessibility services. We have our own police jurisdiction with a police chief. We have a Center for Leadership and Social Change. We have counseling service, honors programs, you name it, we have it. Again, I'm Brittany. I'm from Jupiter. I actually graduated from Jupiter High School. You can see where I went, and I have a degree in theater. So it doesn't, you know, if you start in one place and you want to change, we're the school for you. We've changed over and over again, and I did the same. If you have any questions, again, drop some questions in the chat box, and I will be happy to answer them. If not, feel free to reach out and we can have a conversation later. And I am going to turn it back over to Christy.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much. Next up, we have Fairmont State University.
Good evening or good afternoon, evening. My name is Teresa Twig. I'm one of the admission counselors here at Fairmont State University. Just to go over a few quick little things about Fairmont State in case you've never heard of us. We are located in Fairmont, West Virginia, which is located in the north central part. You'll see it represented there by the Falcon Head in West Virginia. And we are close to some major cities like Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Columbus, Ohio, Cincinnati, and also Cleveland. We are surrounded by a lot of nature. West Virginia is known for being wild and wonderful. We are the mountain state. So therefore you can do hiking, biking, camping, rafting, whitewater rafting, all kinds of outdoor adventures here right around our campus. When it comes to our campus, we do sit on 120 acres of a tree-filled campus. We do have 5 different residence halls on our campus with a wide range of living options from suite styles to quad suites as well. Every one of our residence halls do get a fully furnished room, or our students get fully furnished rooms, self-controlled heating and air conditioning. And also because of our campus size, our students that live on campus are never more than a 5 to 10 minute walk from class or dining or even athletic events, which makes it really great. In this picture, this is one of our biggest and my favorite building called our Falcon Center. In our Falcon Center, it is known for the recreation and kind of the hub of our campus. I like to say it's the heart of our university. Within here, you have your dining hall, which is all you can eat buffet style. You have the Chick-fil-A recreation center. You have a full service Starbucks, Chalaca, which is like a Chipotle Mexican style restaurant. We also do have our campus bookstore and lots of different student services. And we do have a state-of-the-art equipment center as well as a 7-lane lap pool. We offer over 100 different programs of study here on our campus, all of them ranging majority for bachelor degrees. However, we do have some 2+2 programs that are housed in our engineering and our academic pathways for those students that aren't really just unsure what they're wanting to study. We also do offer several programs that you can't find anywhere else in the state of West Virginia, those being national security intelligence, community health, architecture, and an FAA Part 141 flight school. So here at Fairmont State, you're sure to find a major that you're going to love. And also because of our size, you do get real world hands-on experience when it comes to working with equipment, software, and things like that sooner than you might later at a larger university. And we also want our students to be prepared. So we do offer free tutoring services for those students that are struggling. Also, we have counseling and accessibility services as well for our students. When it comes to our campus life, we are in the NCAA Division II Mountain East Conference. We have 17 sports between men's and women's sports. We offer over 50 different clubs and organizations. Not only do those clubs just go with your passion, but some of those are also Greek organizations as well as religious organizations. Our vibrant Greek life does a lot of community and campus service. So you'll see them around our campus a lot with their letters on. When it comes to the cost and the value, I know this next slide is a little bit small that you might not be able to read. This is showing what our tuition is from this past fall and this last spring semester. For our out-of-state students, it's $25,598. That is including room and meal plan. It will differ a little bit for the fall 2021, but I can get you those new totals without a problem. But this also highlights our out-of-state neighbors scholarship opportunity for those students that have a GPA as well as their ACT or a SAT test score to qualify for any tier between $2,000 and $6,000. And I'd be happy to share more information about that. To get accepted, we still do have open applications. You can still enroll all the way up until August 1st. You can apply for free at fairmontstate.edu/apply. And then you just have to submit your high school transcripts or homeschool transcripts, and we can get you pretty much accepted, and we can get you enrolled in classes within about a week period after receiving those transcripts. I am the admission counselor that works with a lot of our students that are outside of West Virginia. Again, my name's Teresa Twig. I did put my contact information in the chat. Feel free to reach out to me, guys. Have a wonderful evening and enjoy the rest of the show.
All right, thank you. Next up, we have Regent University.
Well, good evening, everyone. Let me pull my screen up here. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight, and we're hoping that we're facilitating you and your college search tonight. My name is Jeannie Getz, and I am an enrollment coordinator with Regent University. And who we are a four-year private Christian university. We're located in Virginia Beach, but we're also located online. Over 4,400 of our 11,000 students are undergraduates who are either taking classes online, they're living on campus with us, or they're commuting to campus. We have a very diverse student body, as you can see here, from all 50 states, 90 different countries, and 40 different denominations. And here you can also see our average test scores and our GPA. But at Regent, we do look at the student holistically. So we're going to be considering your extracurriculars. We're going to be considering the rigor of your high school courses and other information that you submit during that application process. We are test optional, although if you do have test scores, we always encourage students to submit those if you'd like. Regent has a rich history for more than 40 years of being an award-winning, regionally accredited liberal arts university. For 9 years in a row, we have been recognized by U.S. News and World Report for offering the best online bachelor's programs in the state of Virginia. So we were pretty excited about that statistic, especially when you consider all those big state schools in Virginia. We have created a comprehensive curriculum for which we are one of only 23 universities across the country to receive that A rating. And what that means is that we're giving you a really strong foundation in your general education courses. So once you start those courses in your designated program of study, you will be successful. 90% of our full-time faculty do hold that highest degree in their discipline. Many of them are active in their field still, bringing that real-world experience back into the classroom for you. And our student-to-faculty ratio is 17:1. We love this small class size. It really facilitates conversation between peers, but also allows your professor to give you really individualized instruction. And these relationships are going to be so invaluable as you move through your time with us at Regent and grow your network and look for those jobs in your chosen field. At Regent, rest assured, you will never be just a number in a large lecture hall. We do realize that figuring out your finances is a huge factor in when you decide what school you want to attend. At Regent, we are committed to making our education affordable. We rank in the top 5% of most affordable private Christian colleges and universities. This graph here shows our tuition costs for this past year, but we have frozen our tuition for this coming year, so it will look the same. 85% of our undergraduate students do receive some sort of aid. We do have a number of institutional opportunities for aid. We always encourage students to fill out that FAFSA to take advantage of federal aid. And I have put the website here of our net price calculator. It's an excellent resource for breaking down your costs based on your individual circumstance. But perhaps you're a student who prefers that flexibility of learning online. You enjoy it, or perhaps you cannot move to Virginia Beach. The majority, almost all of our programs are available online as well. Tuition in this case is determined by the course load. So full-time is considered 12 or more credits per semester. We have over 150 programs of study. We offer classes in the most popular and relevant majors. We offer associate degree all the way through doctoral programs. For those students who desire a more classical approach, to college. We have a newly revamped honors college that offers a very challenging curriculum in a cohort collaborative environment that's really going to foster your knowledge, character, and your skills. At Regent, we offer our students many resources to ensure their success. And this is whether our students are living on campus, they're commuting, or studying online. One of my favorites is the career services. Our students and alumni can receive professional help on their resumes, learn how to interview better, find internships, externships, jobs, as well as access our premium career assessment. And we do understand that your college experience involves every aspect of your life, and Regent offers plenty of opportunities outside of the classroom. We have over 55 student-led organizations, including a surf club. We are very close to the water. Moot court, we do have a law school, and our student activities board. We do offer 9 collegiate sports, as well as club and intramural sports, to include esports. And we do have a state-of-the-art performing arts center right on campus, where a lot of our students participate or watch in several productions throughout the year. And if you are interested in a military career, we have many, many different ROTC programs and scholarships for you. Like I said before, Regent is located in beautiful coastal Virginia Beach. We're just a short drive from the boardwalk. In the state of Virginia, there are 38 state parks and 21 national parks, great places to relax and unwind on the weekends. Virginia is home to several historic sites, including nearby historic Williamsburg. And you can see here from the map that we are an easy drive to DC and also south to the Outer Banks. We encourage students always to come on tour for or come on campus for a tour. Or if you aren't unable to come to campus, we do have a virtual tour online. You can apply online, or you can call and speak to one of our admissions counselors who will waive the application for you. We do operate on rolling admissions as well. So if you are a senior tuning in right now, or you're looking to start school in the fall, it is not too late to apply and start in August with us, late August. And we look forward to helping you discover your future. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Next up, we have Liberty University.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for joining in today. My name is Sarah Hughes. I am actually a national recruiter with Liberty University. So just a little bit about our school. We are actually one of the world's largest Christian universities. So with that, what I really love about it is we offer over 200 programs of study. So with that, what's nice is you have a lot of different options as far as pursuing different degrees and combining them into others as well. I'm having a little bit of difficulties at putting this on full screen. So give me one moment here. Just a little bit about our college. Specifically, I would say that our School of Nursing, our School of Aeronautics, our School of Business, and then our School of Divinity are going to be our 4 major degree programs that we offer at Liberty. As you can see on the sidebar, we offer so many more than that. And what's great is, like I said, you can combine them and either do a double major or even add them as a minor as well. Now at Liberty, we have about 16,000 students on campus. However, what I really like about our school is we pride ourselves in having a 21-to-1 student to professor ratio, because we really want to make sure that you're able to interact with not only your peers, but your professor as well. And not only that, but even outside of the classroom, we do also have them offer 10 office hours each week just for you guys, so that if you have any questions, you can ask them directly and meet with them one-on-one. Now at Liberty, we are also an NCAA Division I school. We have 20 sports at that level, from your typical football, basketball, soccer, track and field. We also have club and intramural sports. So if you really enjoy being an athlete, but you're not looking to be at that D1 level, you have the opportunity to still participate at the club level, where you're still being able to play with other schools. And then intramurals basically is just being able to interact from peer to peer. So if you have a group of friends and another group of friends that want to play basketball, that's basically what intramurals are. Now with our NCAA Division I, obviously what's great is you can get a scholarship. And we'll go more over scholarships in just a moment. Now with our admissions process, we have made it super easy and just 4 simple steps. If you are a junior or a rising junior, I should say, you have the opportunity to start the application now. I wanted to go ahead and provide you a look at what our typical high school student enters in with as far as a GPA and a test score. So with the GPA, it is unweighted, meaning that it's not going to add in any of like your college or AP courses that you're taking at the moment. It's just going to be your typical high school courses that are required. Now, in addition to that, with the SAT or ACT, we do actually super score at Liberty. So whatever your best score is, we'll actually take that. Now we're actually located in Lynchburg, Virginia. So what's great is we actually do allow our freshmen to have their cars on campus, as well as all of our other classmates. So if you want to bring your car, you have the ability to do so. If not, we have several other ways that we can transport you. Now for scholarships, even though we're located in Virginia and you might be located in a different state, what's great is we do not have any out-of-state tuition. So it's going to be the same for all students no matter what. This is going to be a look at our academic scholarship that we offer, where we take your unweighted GPA, we'll score that based on where you are currently. So take a look at kind of where you are academically. As you can see, if you are at, let's say, a 3.59, you'll be at that $3,500 threshold. If you bump it up just by 0.01 to a 3.6, you automatically get an extra $500, which is huge. And this goes on your account every year for 4 years. Now, in addition to that, we have several other scholarships available for our students. So make sure you check those out. And even outside of kind of what we offer, we accept anything else. So make sure that you're doing your best in searching for the scholarships, no matter what school you go to. A good resource to start out with is scholarshipsearch.com. Sounds sketchy, but it's not. It is legit and has so many different resources for you guys to use, again, no matter what school you go to. Now, obviously, we would love to have the opportunity to host you as a student. So we have several different ways you can come to our campus. The first that I like to point out is Experience LU. That is a completely free tour that we host every Monday and Friday. We give you a look at all of our academic buildings as well as our housing options. We also have College for a Weekend. That gives you actually the opportunity to become a Liberty student for the weekend. You're able to sit in the classes, see the dorms, try the food, and really decide whether or not Liberty is going to be a good fit for you overall. It's only $50 that covers the whole entire weekend. We host it twice in the fall and twice in the spring. So make sure you get connected with us so you can make sure you have those dates secured. Lastly, I just wanted to go ahead and leave you with my contact information. You can scan this QR code. It's going to give you information on how you can visit us, and then text that link to get a free application.
All right, thank you so much. Next up, we have University of Mary Washington.
Hi everyone, my name is Amanda. I'm one of the assistant directors in the Office of Admission for the University of Mary Washington. I'm just going to get my slides pulled up here and tell you a little bit about us. So we are a small public liberal arts school. We are located in Fredericksburg, Virginia. So we are right in between Washington, D.C. and Richmond, Virginia, if you cut that stretch of I-95 in half. And so we've got lots to offer our students, both in that of a small college town, but also with access to 2 major cities. So we have access to both the nation's capital and the state's capital with really easy, access on I-95. And then we also have a train station in town with access to Amtrak and the VRE, which is the Virginia Commuter Rail. So you can actually take the train into DC and not have to drive. We've got about 4,200 undergraduate students on our campus. We also have a couple hundred graduate students, but they are on their own campus about 20 minutes away. So everything on our Fredericksburg campus is just for undergraduate students. So it's a really great undergraduate focused environment. We have a student to faculty ratio of 13:1, so very small, really intimate class sizes. Our average class size is about 19. Our absolute largest lecture hall on campus only holds 75 people, so we can't even offer a class more than that. So you'll never be in a large lecture with 100, 200, 300 people. Very small classes. You really get to know your faculty and you really get to know the other students in your class. And so it's a very, very collaborative collaborative learning environment. Our majors live in one of our 3 different colleges. So we have the College of Arts and Sciences, the College of Business, and the College of Education. All of our students actually come in as undecided, and then you actually declare your major once you reach 28 credits. So it gives you lots of time and flexibility to really explore Mary Washington and take classes in all the different things that you might be interested in. If you're the kind of person who's like, no, I know I've wanted to be a biology major since I was in 6th grade, you can totally start that curriculum from the first day that you're on campus, but we don't make you make that decision until you've had some time to really take some classes and explore and figure out what a good fit for you is. Undergraduate research is also something that's really important at Mary Washington. Like I said, we are an undergraduate exclusive campus. So all of the faculty on our campus are doing research with undergraduate students. We also have $275,000 a year set aside just to support that undergraduate research. So it's absolutely something we not only support, but encourage. As for kind of our student life on campus, we have over 150 different clubs and organizations. Those range from, things that are just for fun. We've got a Quidditch team, we've got a board game club, but we also have a bunch of service organizations. Service is something that's really important at Mary Washington. Our students in the 2018-2019 school year did over 19,000 hours worth of community service. And that's just what was done through our Center for Civic Engagement. That's not even the things that we don't know about. We are in Division 3 of the Capital Athletics Conference. We have varsity club and intramural sports. So we offer something for everyone who wants to get out and get moving and be athletic, depending on kind of your desired competition level. Our students also do a lot of study abroad. About a third of our students will study abroad during their time with us, and we offer study abroad in 3 different formats in 54 different countries. So we offer traditional study abroad, we offer exchange programs, and then we also have faculty-led programs. The faculty-led programs are a little bit shorter. They're anywhere from a week to 6 weeks long, and they take place during student breaks. So it's a really great flexible way for you to still get a study abroad experience, even if you don't want to or can't go away for an entire semester or an entire year. So we really say that study abroad is for everyone at Mary Washington. So kind of moving on with our application and our decision process. We do holistic admissions at Mary Washington. So we don't have any sort of computer or algorithm or formula that makes any of our decisions for us. We read each application individually and we consider a variety of factors. We have all 3 decision types. So early decision, early action, and regular decision. So depending on kind of what you're looking for and how you want to apply, we accept all 3. We evaluate every student at the time of admission for merit aid. So there's no additional application. If you're looking for merit scholarships, we automatically review everyone. You'll see on the screen our admitted student profile for all of our students, as well as our honors students. We do have a really rigorous honors program that has lots of great benefits. They get to register for classes first. They've got access to extra research funding, all kinds of good stuff, but those profiles are on the screen there. We are test choice. It has been our policy for a number of years now and will continue to be. So it is totally up to you whether or not you want to submit your test scores. If you can't test, if you don't want to test, if you don't like your test scores, you don't have to send them to us. We really don't need to see them. We will consider you both for admission and for that merit aid package with or without your test scores. We would love to come see you on campus. We are hosting in-person tours right now. We host them twice a day, as well as on Saturdays. And so we are always looking to have students on campus. We are in the process of moving all of our students back. We'd love for you to get in touch with us as well. So if you want to call us, email us, if you want to connect with us on socials, we are always open to connecting with you in whatever way you're most comfortable with.
All right, thank you. So if I could have everyone come back onto the screen, please. Great. The same order that you presented, and if you could answer this question, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? And we're starting with the University of Richmond.
Sure. So I would say my biggest piece of advice going for someone starting the college search and admission process would be to try to approach the process as best you can, trying not to think too much about what your peers are doing and what they might be looking for, what they might be writing their essays about, and trying not to think too much about what college admission officers like those of us here on the screen are going to be looking for in your application. The most outstanding applications that we see every year, the most compelling applications, are the ones that are authentic. And that's a little bit more nuance than just be yourself, because authenticity is something that it can take you time to kind of figure out and explore as you write your essays and craft your application. So make sure you set aside plenty of time to work on those applications as well.
I couldn't agree more, Tom. But what I would say is it's your journey. No two students are going to fill out an application the same, walk through the process the same. Let us, as your admissions counselors, help you walk through that process. So make sure you're communicating with us. It's your application. It's your decision. And yes, we all know parents play a part. But as much as we want them to help you make the decision, we want you to be comfortable with the choice that you make, because it's your future. So take hold of that journey and do it yourself.
Yeah, I completely agree with Tom and Brittany. So utilize your admission counselors. We're here for a reason. So we want to be there to answer those questions. Even if you think it's a really small question, ask us. Also, get out there and visit the campuses. I'm sure everybody on here is going to tell you, we are so happy to be able to be opening our campuses back up from being just virtual. So come out, because it's nothing like being on campus. However, if you can't make that journey, because all of us are throughout the whole country, so make sure you utilize those virtual tours and virtual visits as well.
I couldn't agree more with everything everyone's already said. I will add to that. Sarah mentioned it a little bit in her presentation about scholarships. Seek out those private scholarships. A lot of times there's so much money left on the table every year. You make it your full-time or your part-time job this summer to start researching those scholarships. You'll be amazed at how much money that you can bring down your tuition in that way. And it's really enjoyable, and it's yours for the taking. So if you want to put the hard work into it, you will get some scholarships. And I would also say, just to add as well, if you haven't already made a specific email address for your college search, that might be very helpful, so that you're not losing anybody's emails. I know sometimes it's easier to kind of separate, your college search process for everything else. So that would be, if you haven't done that yet, or you are just in the process of starting, I would suggest doing a free email address.
My biggest piece of advice for high school students is to really take a look at yourself academically. I know that several different regions, like in America, typically you'll either lean towards taking the ACT or the SAT. A lot of times for me, with many of us actually being on the East Coast, a lot of students take the SAT. And what I've found when I've done just kind of admissions for students is a lot of students do better on the ACT than the SAT. I think the reason being, and this is what I tell students, is the SAT goes off of your reading and writing and then your math, versus the ACT is going to go off of math, science, reading, and writing. So if you really think about it, the SAT is going to go off of 50% of each subject, versus the ACT is going to be 25% of each subject. So really, depending on your strengths and weaknesses, again, take a look at yourself academically. If you're really strong in the science area, take the ACT. I know it's probably harder to find sometimes different locations, testing locations, but trust me, it's really going to help you from an academic standpoint of getting into the schools that you want, but it's also going to help you from a financial standpoint and getting you the scholarships that you need as well.
Yeah, and just kind of to follow up on that, I think my biggest piece of advice would be to make sure you're taking some time to do some quiet reflection on who you are and what kind of environment you're looking for and what your strengths are and what your values are. Because if you make a list of the things that are important to you and the things that you value, it's going to make it a lot easier to narrow down what's important to you in a school, right? If you're someone who's really service oriented and it's really important for you to continue doing service during your college years, finding a school that has a strong civic engagement program is going to be really great for you. If you're the kind of person who it's really important that you be involved in Greek life, if you like that kind of social environment, you're going to want to be looking at schools that have a large Greek system. There are so many different types of schools out there. It really is a match that we're trying to make. Not every school is going to be a good match for every student, and not every student's going to be a good match for every school. So making sure that you're really doing some self-reflection and taking a look at yourself and identifying those things that are important to you are going to help you identify what's important to you in a school.
All right, awesome advice from all of our panelists, our experts. Hopefully, if you're in the audience, you're able to pull out that very important contact information out of that chat. When you leave here, if you are live with us, there is a 4-question survey that will appear. There is one more session after this one tonight that you can sign up for, and a recording of this will be sent out to anyone who signed up, our panelists, and on our website at strivescan.com. And I put the exact address there into the chats. So with that, thank you so much again to our experts, to our panelists. Best of luck to our attendees out there in finding the right fit for them. Stay safe, stay well, and have a good night.